Okay. I think we're back. We're back. Okay. So, apologies for that. Thank you to my mods in the chat for that. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Wall Street Money? Appreciate y'all. All right. Restart from the top. Welcome back to the most interactive wrestling stream on the interweb. Welcome back to RTW Live with Big Ohm. I've got a lot to talk about today. There's so much to get into. Andrade taking shots at Dave Meltzer from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. We also have the big update on one of the AEW lawsuits that is currently out there. We'll talk about that and why it looks like that is going to be forced into arbitration. Good reporting from Brandon Thurston from WrestleNomics over there. So we'll get into all that much more. But as you guys know, this is a fan-run show, a fan-run channel. Your comments, your questions, your opinions, they matter to me. So if you have something that's on your mind, feel free to leave it in the chat. If you want to guarantee your question or statement is right on the air, feel free to leave a super chat. We do have a super chat goal of 5. If I get 5, I'm going to be forced to do a Monday Night Raw stream, which you guys know I hate doing live stream reactions to modern pro wrestling, but I will do that if we hit that number. Hopefully we don't. Well, I don't know. Hopefully we don't, because I feel like watching Raw is less of a reward, more of a chore. But we'll get into all of that. We'll get into more shilling. New video about the Saudi takeover and the bold predictions for WrestleMania 43 are out, so go check that out when you have a chance. But let's get right into the big stories of this week. So in a previous stream, I covered the report from Meltzer about the reason why Andrade was brought back. And initially, it was believed that Andrade was brought back in order to build up a new star and a new Latino star and break into the Mexico market. Obviously, Andrade is a massive draw over there. He is a big guy. Like, he is going to be able to move tickets, put butts in seats, all that kind of stuff in a place where AEW, in their first iteration of their travels to Mexico, did very well. They sold out Arena Mexico. They had probably their best crowd of the year, TV crowd of the year, I should say. And they want to continue that momentum, and it would behoove them to have a guy like Andrade at their disposal in order to do that. So that was happening. And then Meltzer actually came out with another report about the way that Andrade had left AEW. And this is where him and Meltzer kind of began to go at it a little bit. So here's the first post by the first report, I should say, by Dave Meltzer, aggregation from Wrestle Purist. Dave Meltzer on Tony Khan re-signing Andrade after making him believe he was staying last time. So, quote says, Andrade gave Tony Khan the belief he was staying. Khan believed they had an agreement for a renewal and that wasn't signed yet. He pushed him until the end, even though those in wrestling who knew him said he was going to WWE. Then his contract expired and he left. He is talented in the ring, but geez, everyone is. Even 5 years ago, he was a very unique talent, but now there are so many guys at his level with better speaking ability and charisma. So Meltzer reporting there that Andrade misled AEW. That is the implication. That Andrade misled Tony Khan about his intentions. That he initially said that, yeah, my contract is expiring, but I have the intention to stay, even though we knew that the reports were out there about Andrade wanting out. He had previously said, or it had previously come out, that Andrade was basically doing whatever it took to get fired. And it's a weird situation because we know that Andrade was like picking fights with the likes of Sammy Guevara backstage, and it was a case of him trying to get fired. It's multiple reporting, right? But this part about Andrade misleading Tony Khan or whatever, this is new. And while Wall Street Money, Dave kind of does have a point in the second part. I think there is a point to be made, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But Andrade was not happy about this. So, in response, which, oh my God, this immediately catches my eye. That is crazy. Yo, this is, just for Marks is crazy. Don't do Uncle Dave like that, man. Shout out to Uncle Dave. He might not get everything right all the time, but shout out to Uncle Dave. Anyway, now I'm gonna be distracted by this as long as it's up. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, it's just big old tuna Meltzer right there. Oh, sorry, got distracted. Anyway, so Andrade, was not happy with Meltzer's reporting. He tweeted at Dave Meltzer earlier in the morning, I should say, near 4 o'clock in the morning. And he said, quote, Dave Meltzer, you talk too much shit without proof. And sir, I'll only tell you one thing. When my contract with AEW ended, I personally went man to man to thank Mr. Tony Khan, in all caps, for the opportunity to be in AEW. That's all I'll tell you. If I wanted to talk more, I would show you you're wrong about many things, but you keep killing the business. And then I'm not sure what this says. I speak French. I speak Urdu. I speak a lot of languages, but unfortunately, Spanish is not one of them yet, even though I have to learn because eventually I'm going to Spain. But as you can see, Andrade, very, very unhappy with the narrative that's being spun about him. Andrade, very upset with the reporting of Dave Meltzer and company. And at the end of the day, I think there's a few different things at work here. Now, I am not saying, because I don't know personally, like whether or not Andrade was, misleading Tony Khan. This is like fairly new info. But Andrade, it was very clear Andrade did not want to be there. I think it was very, very abundantly clear he did not want to be there his first time around, or especially towards the end of his first time around. So it would make sense that that sentiment will be out there. But I think what Andrade is taking exception to, not only the reporting that's already out there, but also this insinuation that he lied to Tony Khan. And if you look at the way that Tony spoke about Andrade following his departure at World's End, I noted this in my video about it over at Wrestle Vibes. Like, he did not speak about it in bad terms. He basically left the door open for the return that did happen a lot earlier than people believed it would. And I think they left on relatively good terms. Good enough terms that he is now back in the company. So that's kind of where we are there. As far as whose side I land on, I don't know. But Wall Street Money is right. The only way we can settle this, Andrade, Dave Meltzer, steel cage match, make it lights out, make it barbed wire, give me the New Japan cage, and let's effing go. Give me trash cans, give me kendo sticks, give me everything at your disposal. Make it Extreme Rules. Have Dan Severn and his beautiful mustache as the special guest referee. It needs to be the match that Minoru Suzuki versus Butterbean should have been. Shout out to Minoru Suzuki and Butterbean. I love Minoru Suzuki almost as much as I love you guys. Be sure to smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. But this Andrade situation is crazy. The other thing that kind of popped up over the last couple of days is this report from FightfulSelect.com. and about the future of some TNA talent. And this has been something that people have been like people have been like talking about this for a while. Like, oh, what's TNA doing? They are being rated for talent by WWE and all that kind of stuff. But one thing that people don't really focus on too much are like why this is happening. And I think a huge why is that number one, it is a bit of a crux for TNA to have that relationship with WWE. Sure, it allows some talent to have a pipeline there, and it has proven to be so. But I think like one of the issues that TNA has, especially without a TV deal and that revenue coming in, they're unable to really be competitive about contracts. I think some of that will change once they have this new TV deal in place. But it is very interesting to read. FightfulSelect.com reported multiple TNA contracts are set to expire at Bound for Glory. Now, as far as who those contracts are, we know one of them is potentially Cedric Alexander, the former member of the Hurt Business, and he would be a very efficient fit, I think, in All Elite Wrestling with the Hurt Syndicate. I think that's probably where he'll end up going. I think we know that Hendry's contract is up later in this year. Perhaps he is one of these deals that is going to be up, and I think he is going to go to WWE. That is a guarantee at this point. If he doesn't go to WWE, I would be very surprised. Like shocked if he doesn't go to WWE. Because that's the guy, and like if he goes to WWE, he can't be in developmental. I understand he's like a bit of a comedy gimmick, but you want to like just from a business standpoint, you want to maximize your investment on a guy like Joe Hendry. It is on the main roster. Like the amount of T-shirts, the amount of merch you would sell with him is insane. At least that first year, and that's really the shelf life that the meme of Joe Hendry has. And whether or not they can evolve past that is TBD. Shay in the chat. What's up, Shay? Good to see you. These wrestlers better stop beaching, trying to get fired. You don't want to build a bad reputation around the business. I will say Andrade is not the only one who has tried to do things in order to get fired from a company. It happens in WWE, it happens in AEW, or it has happened in AEW. Happy Sunday, Omer in chat. What's up, Frank? Good to see you, my man. Good to see you, as always. Moxley's face when Garcia told Daddy Magic, damn. No, that was... So last night on Collision, I haven't seen Collision yet. I did watch the Daddy Magic segment, but I did see this gif of Jon Moxley. Daniel Garcia basically says... I don't want to end up like that parasite Nigel McGuinness, and that's what I'd be if I was still with you, like something of that effect. And Mox just goes, damn. Yo, honestly, Death Rider Mox without the world title is a massive dub. Massive dub. Like, it's so much better. I feel like he gets to be himself a little bit more. There's more personality, and you don't have the boring matches are a little bit more masked because it's not just focused on Mox doing his bruising heel style. It's him doing like tag team matches with other members of the Death Riders and then going off and doing insane shit with Darby Allin, which is like more his forte. TNA is the side chick of WWE. No, that is actually at this point it's probably true. It's not a side chick. I think that's the main squeeze. That's the main squeeze at this point. I don't think WWE really has a side chick. No. WWE's main squeeze is like UFC, and then TNA is the side chick. Also, have you guys seen this like trend online? And maybe this is like an online thing, and I'm way too online. But people are posting clips from like WrestleMania 40 on Twitter, and they're like, "Oh my God, take me back." If you weren't no. Someone said that. Someone posted a clip of Cody winning at WrestleMania 40. It's like you just had to be there, and I'm like, I'm dog. Like it's been like 18 months. It has not been that long. It has not been that long. Yeah, I don't even think it's been 18 months. It's been less than a year. It's been a year and a half. What we talk about? You had to be there. We were all there. We were all there to see that. That's like having nostalgia for something that happened a year ago is crazy to me. I mean, like that level of nostalgia, that's crazy to me. I don't know. I'm just like, I have nostalgia for things that happened 3, 4, 5 years ago. Hell, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Shout out to All Japan Pro Wrestling, but how you gonna have nostalgia for something that happened a year ago, man? That's wild. That's wild to me. Dave is right about the second part about Andrade. That's why I don't care about him when he came back. Yeah, I mean it's hard for him to connect. That is true. I don't think that there's a huge people will immediately speak to the promo thing. I don't think the promo thing is like as big a deal because you've had wrestlers who don't cut promos who have connected. I think the Don Callis family probably gives him the best chance to connect, to be honest. Because if Don Callis can't be the mouthpiece, for Andrade, I don't know what'll work. Some of this chat weren't even around during the All Japan Exodus. I wasn't around. I mean, I don't think I was alive. Well, I think I was because the All Japan Exodus happened in what? That was early 2000s, right? That was, yeah. It is insane that there's a Wikipedia article for this, and I'm so happy there is. I am so happy that there is a Wikipedia article for this. But that I did not. This was not on my list of things that would exist. There's an All Japan exit. Wait, 2000 All Japan Exodus has its own Wikipedia page, bro. All Japan AJPW is so up, man. Historic AJPW is so fucking up. That's wild, man. That's wild. Shout out to it. But yeah, June 2000. So I was I was a wee lad when that happened. I have no idea what All Japan was, but yeah, maybe that's the topic of a video. That's crazy, man. That's wild shit. I can I expected there to be articles or something about it. I did not expect a Wikipedia page for All Japan's 2000 Exodus. Let's be honest. The moment Charlotte Flair divorced Andrade, he was booked by Triple H. We knew it was done. I don't want to speak to his personal life. Yeah, it was just a sad situation. You saw the AI video of Chris Benoit coming back? Yeah, I saw that making rounds. That's wild. This shouldn't. I was having this discussion with a few different people. I genuinely think AI has gone too far. Have you seen they have these Tupac Biggie promos that people are making? I have my concerns. Look, as someone who uses AI, to brainstorm and things like that, it's a useful tool. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the idea of people using that for images and videos. I understand it's all lighthearted fun for the most part, but man, when you look at not only the damage it's doing to people and their ability to access water, but also the impact it's having on people's brains. People just see AI slop all the time and they just think it's real. And it's getting hard to delineate. AI actresses, AI girlfriends, AI boyfriends. That stuff is weird to me. It's just very weird to me. I'm glad Andrade is back in AEW. I'm glad the AEW lawsuit is over and resolved. I just hope and believe that Tony Khan won't receive any more legal problems from now on. 2026 around the corner, and I want AEW to flourish. Well, they still have. I mean, look, we'll get into this, but this is regarding the Tate twins and the Kevin Kelly lawsuit. There's still a lot. There's still another big lawsuit that needs to be decided, that needs to be settled. And and that is the lawsuit with the former AEW employee who Jon Moxley pushed. It was a huge thing in Japan. It's wild how their culture is too. You never hear anything like exit is happening in that culture. So when it does happen, it's a huge cultural moment. Japan is wild. Man, Japan is wild. Shout out to Kero Valentine, who traveled to Japan, and like was like texting and like keeping it. We were keeping in touch with him during his escapades over there in Japan, and man, he was telling me just some. They love wrestling over there, man. Shout out to them. I can see Saudi Arabia buying NWE in about buying WWE. I'm not sure. Could it happen? Maybe, perhaps, but I think that I think that TKO still wants to get a return on their investment for how much they have put into this product. Barring it would have to be something ridiculous for Saudi Arabia to purchase it. Like genuinely, think $20 billion. Because remember, they merged at a $9 billion valuation. So I just it is difficult for me to think that. Almost as difficult as it is for me to think that there's over 20 of you guys watching, all of whom I love, but only 9 likes. Let's get those numbers up. Let's get to double digits. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. But yeah, man. I mean, the Saudi thing is very weird. I spoke about this in my video too, about the Saudi takeover, my bold predictions for WrestleMania, but I think Saudi Arabia is as integrated within WWE as they would want to be. I mean, obviously, if you're running the company, it's very different. But I also I don't know. I don't know how that would work culturally, too. Because, I mean, not that the Saudi Arabian government has not invested in things that they would consider, or businesses that many would consider haram, but it's a very, very weird. I don't know how you do that, or how you square that. But maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't care. I mean, hell, they just paid tens of millions of dollars to fly out comedians to do a Saudi comedy show for 20 people. But I don't know. All good, Shay. Shout out to you, my man. If Vince McMahon was back, will John Cena? He will John Cena a proper retirement run. Triple H completely fumbled bad with John Cena. Yeah, I mean, you only get to do it once, and they messed it up pretty bad. I feel like I've beat that horse to death at this point. Sorry, PETA, but the John Cena last year of John Cena has been an abysmal time. I'm just glad that we are gonna get the next couple of shows to enjoy his final few matches, and I'm glad that AJ Styles AEW. I'm glad that AJ Styles is gonna have that. And speaking of AJ Styles having that, he's not the only one who's gonna have something, because people, I'm telling you right now, it has happened. It is happening. We are here, and unfortunately for me, because I made a promise to you, absolute gems on this channel. Next week, live and in living color at 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, I will be up at the crack of what many consider to be dawn, watching WWE Crown Jewel Perth, Australia. It will be time I will never get back in my life. It will be sleep I will never get back in my life, but it will be spectacular. Still no haircut. Look, we're working on it. The barber is out of town, all right? I did not anticipate that. We're working on it, okay? What do you want from me? The hair looks better than it did a few days ago. Probably because I just woke up. Vince might buy TNA. I don't think he's buying TNA. There's no value in buying TNA right now. But Next week, join me. Hold up. Let me get this point right. There we go. Triple H point. Next week, join me. Live Spectacular. I'll be live. I will be. Oh God, I don't want to. I want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. I must do it. Tony Khan did a better job with Sting's retirement run. What WWE did with John Cena's retirement run. Yeah, because they gave him a proper run. They gave him a proper send off. They gave him. I mean, I'm assuming Cena will get a somewhat of a proper send off. I hope he would. The amount of money I'm going to spend on some of these tickets, but we shall see. We shall see. Man, oh man. What else you guys want to talk about? What else is on your mind? Also, I do want to give a quick shout out. Shout out to everyone who has already signed up to become a channel member. I appreciate y'all more than you can imagine. Like trying to build something sustainable, trying to build something real, and I'm trying to offer you guys some great content. And I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the goats. But if you guys out there who are not channel members want to become a channel member, you guys can get access to some dope content, some exclusive content. I have a video that's coming out like at the latest Tuesday exclusively for channel members about the downfall of Ring of Honor. I also have a CM Punk video that's coming out like later in the week next week. So consider hitting that join button, becoming a channel member, and getting access to all that exclusively goodness. Good luck watching WWE Morning Wrestling. Yeah, I'm going to have a throbbing headache. It's going to be a wonderful time, I'm sure. John Cena should had a belt collector run for his retirement tour. That would have been better than what we got. That would have been way better than what we got. I can almost guarantee you, Tony Khan would have done it much better with John Cena's retirement than what WWE is doing now. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't even think it's like a Tony Khan versus Triple H thing. I think it's anyone would have done better. Like, and I think Triple H in any other situation probably would have done better. I think they like look, WWE is at a point where they are so hot, they're so red hot that they don't think that their shit stinks. To be put it bluntly, I think that's kind of the plainest way I can put it. So they believe that they can do no wrong, and as long as that is the prevailing sentiment within the WWE top brass, what incentive do they have to change? What incentive do they have to, you know, tell interesting and logical stories? They understand they can just have a big spectacle and have like a big return, and people will be yeeting. Triple H, bad booking. The Rock, my work here has done what a beast. I still think it's one of the greatest like interviews that any wrestler's ever given. Like, move over CM Punk Colt Cabana, move over CM Punk Ariel Helwani, move over the emancipation of Jon Moxley on the Talk is Jericho podcast in 2019. The Rock is the funniest human being in human history for that interview he gave. Like, it to this day, it still tickles me, bro, when I think about him. He's like, yep, the final boss, he set it up, and then I said, the final boss's work here is done. I'm out. He's like, wait, you're not showing up? Nope. The final boss is going off to shoot Moana too. I love the fact that somehow he did that interview with McAfee after Mania, and he found a way to keep it both kayfabe and a shoot. Like, he was going back and forth in between. He's like, no. The final boss is a vision. I'm like, bro, like, this is crazy, man. That, like, genuinely one of the most insane human beings out there. Past 4 days, Ty Mello lost to Tony Storm and Anna Jay lost to Jamie Hayter last night. I don't want to accuse TK of favoritism, but TJ has been in AEW from its inception to now. What's the problem? I think they're building up Jamie and Tony. I think that's as clear as day. Maybe, I mean, there's an interesting story you could tell with the losses of Anna Jay, for like Anna Jay and Time Ella losing and then, getting serious, but we'll see. Let's talk about the Tony Storm, Chris Statlander promo from Collision last night. It was strange and awesome. I've not watched Collision yet. I did see like concepts of that. They were lying down in the ring and talking back and forth at each other. Um, so I defer to you guys on that. I've just not had a chance to watch like Collision all the way through yet, or really even start it yet. Thoughts on the Mark Sanchez situation? That is a wild situation. Mark Sanchez, former quarterback of the New York Jets, was stabbed in Indianapolis the night before, or 2 nights, I guess, before he was supposed to call a game there today. And it has since come out that he was arrested at the hospital because apparently he was allegedly, according to the report, trying to, attack, I believe, a DoorDash driver or something. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Hopefully everyone's okay, man. Hot take. The AEW women, the tag team belt in AEW will go nowhere. Well, if Tony Khan books it the same as he originally booked the trios belts, then you're probably correct in that assumption. He needs to do better, certainly. I wonder in real life Triple H jealous of John Cena might be a crazy question. I think, we know that Triple H and John Cena did not get along early on. I like that was evident through their 2006 feud where Hunter was trying to Hunter was taking shots at John, the very clear shots at John about not being ready to be the guy, and he was not happy about the people coming for his spot, but at the end he did business, right? I don't know if it's jealousy, but man, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but there's some. I think there's certainly some truth to that, or was some truth to that. They used to call him Petty Paul back in the day. Petty Paul is crazy. Petty Paul is crazy. Petty Paul is an insane comment, man. Oh no, the Ravens just announced their inactives today. The Ravens just announced their inactives today. This is, oh man, Roquan Smith, Lamar Jackson, Kyle Hamilton, Patrick Ricard. Oh, we are losing. We are eating a fat L. We are eating a fat mean L. Oh, that's gonna be so bad. That's gonna be so bad. Cooper Rush is starting for the Ravens. Kill me, man. Triple H is the JC of wrestling. There's always someone that's better than him. Rather, it have been the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era. Yeah, but somehow he's on top of the game, right? That I would say is a very fair comparison. So are we streaming Crown Jewel or not? Yep, 100 P. We are streaming Crown Jewel. This is the ad for it. You will see me live next Saturday, 8 a.m. my time. I am not looking forward to it. It is going to be bad. It is going to be a bad time. But then I get to see John Cena and AJ Styles, so I guess I'm gonna have some fun. You're a Ravens fan? Automatic. Shout out to the Baltimore Ravens, man. Yo, yeah, Roger Goodell. If you don't stop making the Ravens bad, an onomatopoeia is gonna come after you, man. Hot take: AEW should get rid of the trios belt. That is a scorching take. Why should they do that? There's a rule called seniority in any company. An employee has been showing good competency in their work, they should be promoted. That's how I feel about TJ. I want them to be elevated. Yeah, I wish that's how things worked. That's not ignoring your question. Like, this is me being frustrated about the way that, a lot of these companies tend to do business too. Seniority does not matter to most companies. That's why you should never really support. That's why I'm not in favor really. I try not to be rep this company, rep that company, rep the wrestlers you like, rep Rep good wrestling. Rep things you like and enjoy in your life. Real take. Omar should get a haircut ASAP. Dog, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Please. I'm working on it. Comparing Paul Levesque to. Oh my god. That's what he is though. That's what he is. He's married to the. I got the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain. Like, bro, hold up. Nah, like that's him. He's him. He's actually him. Like, he's actually Jay-Z. If you were booking the women's division, how would you book Riho? I would book her in a tag team. I would put her and Nyla Rose in one of those like smaller wrestler, big wrestler tag teams, and I would have them, I would have them be kind of the mismatch team of that division. I think they could certainly, because their styles are different enough, and I think Nyla could obviously throw Riho around like a weapon basically. Like, could you imagine Nyla Rose throwing Riho to the outside, just heaving her to the outside, and Riho hits a Hurricane Rana to one of their opponents? Like, that's something you could do with that. And they're telling a story right now with those two kind of going at it. I don't see a big point in bringing Brock back long term. People get irritated with Roman Reigns showing up and then going away for a long time. There is no long term point. It is just, we have Brock. Enjoy Brock. No, is there storyline? No, just Brock. Is there a purpose? No, Brock. Aura. Yeet. Bro, none of these. We're not even. It's like we have reverted back to caveman days. Just we have Brock. Oh, okay. You are going to tell a story with Brock? No story. You enjoy Brock. It's like excuse me, Triple H. Yeah, what are your long-term plans for Brock? Brock Smash. Who? Smash. Is he going to be here on Raw? No Raw. Just Smash. Dog, he is it's like the Thing is writing WWE, dog. It's like the Thing is writing WWE. Oh man. Rhea and Liv were at the beginning. Yeah. The booking of Roman Reigns has been atrocious. Nah, man. What you mean, man? Come on, man. Don't. I want the Roman stands coming at me. That is what I don't need. That is what I don't need. I don't need the Roman stands coming after me. That would be unfortunate for me. Almost as unfortunate as not hitting the thumbs up on this video. By the way, the answer to my Tony Storm question was Charlie. Charlie M? You made me put your head out of your socket for Charlie M? You dumb moron? I don't know. That's a line from Casino, if you guys don't know. You mean Charlotte? Imagine AJ and Alexa Bliss and Tatum Paxley in a group called Crazy Chicks. Yeah. That could be interesting. I can picture Stephanie with a Fed chain. Nasty. Yeah, that would be wild. That would be wild. They fought over pie. That's crazy. 2019 WWE was a wild time, fam. Brock is just in WWE for pops. Yep, 100p. I like Io Sky. I think she is the best wrestler in WWE. Still, she is if I had to give an award out for best wrestler in WWE today, it would go to Io Sky. She's best in WWE in 2025, top 5 of the world. She's on a different level right now. A lot of people won't recognize it, but at Real Take Wrestling, we recognize the greatness of our queen, Io Sky. Brock just squashed John Cena in the left. Yep, and he did. That's the crazy thing about the he's no, don't worry, they're gonna tell a longer story with him and John Cena. It's no. There is no plan to tell a story with Brock and John Cena. he's done until the Rumble. Like, expect him to be back probably for maybe for the build of the Rumble, and then he's definitely going to be in Riyadh season. WWE presented by Dude Wipes. Wipe your ass with this shit. WWE brand integration, trending #1 worldwide. Like, come on, bro. What are you doing, man? Toni Storm is the best female character-wise, and Io is the best wrestler in ring-wise. I would agree with that. This is my last post about TJ. I want them to be elevated into the tag team division and singles. If you're creating new stars, you must elevate them, and Triple H has that problem. Tony Khan must fall into that. Must not fall into that. I think he has to an extent. Like, I mean, like, it is hard. Like, to any booker's credit, it is hard to book everyone correctly. When you have so much talent, so many people on your roster, you are bound to not have room for certain people. That's not me saying that they shouldn't do that. I think Ty Mello and Anna Jay should be taken seriously. They're getting serious TV time. You have to invest in them. They need to start rattling off some wins. Point blank, period. And if they don't, then what are we doing? Then why aren't you giving Jamie Hayter more time? Why aren't you giving Queen Aminata more time? Like, what are we doing here? Speaking of incredible wrestlers, where's my ring general? He's somewhere. He's like somewhere right now, just being like, I can't believe I tapped out to Jay at Mania. Oh my God, I can't believe I tapped out to Jay at Mania. No direction with Cena versus Brock, just a terrible booking decision and wasted one of Cena's dates. Yeah. Wasted a couple of Cena's dates, yeah. Kairi Sane deserves a singles championship run. I agree. But yeah. No, they wasted. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh my God. John Cena's last run. How do you mess this up? I don't want to. I'm not going to get animated about this. I already get way too animated about Cena's last run. I'm not going to get reanimated about it. Unless someone leaves like a super chat, then I will get animated for you. But oh man, I don't want to. Anyway, let's talk about the AEW news. So a lot of you guys will remember that last year or earlier this year, Kevin Kelly and the Tate twins both filed a lawsuit against All Elite Wrestling for wrongful termination. This stemmed from Kevin Kelly getting fired from the company last year. The Tate twins were part of the WrestleMania week releases that AEW did, their first ever real round of releases. And they both claimed that it was due to wrongful termination. They sued AEW. The court had ruled that it should go into arbitration, and the Tate twins and Kevin Kelly's representation appealed that. We now have a report from Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics saying 11th Circuit Court dismisses the appeal brought by Kevin Kelly, Brandon, and Brent Tate, who sought review of the district court order that sent their case into arbitration. The appellate judge ruled that because the case was stayed and is not dismissed, they can't review that decision. So what this means is that when a judge forces a case or orders a case into arbitration, it essentially means that the parties have to come to the table on some sort of settlement, some sort of agreement, and it is going to be like kind of mediated by a third-party actor, someone who's not involved in the situation, an unbiased third-party actor who's going to help kind of move things along. That is what it means when it moves into arbitration. And that's like why the Tate twins and Kevin Kelly's side wanted to appeal this, because they obviously want, a judge to rule on this. They want to be able to present their evidence, blah, blah, blah. Or at least I would assume, and again, I'm assuming this part, I would assume they would want to try to force some sort of settlement that would help them, or that would be good for them. The court has dismissed that appeal. it is moving forward, it looks like, to arbitration. And does that mean that this is settled? No. It means that they still need to negotiate. There still needs to be some some additional discussion there. But yeah, and this is not the only lawsuit that AEW has right now. I mentioned that there's still that lawsuit with the former AEW employee who was pushed by Jon Moxley in a steel cage match, and that is still ongoing. So that is your legal update. I am not a lawyer. I am not a lawyer. I want to be abundantly clear. Even though, anyway, no, I'm not going to say that. I am not a lawyer. What do we got here? Yes, it's hard to book people correctly, but when you have so many injuries, just like AEW have, it's the perfect example of pushing new stars. I agree. I don't disagree with that. I do not disagree with that. I think that's more than fair, for sure. For show, as my young boy Brian would say. What else we got, man? What else we got? We got John. Oh my God, we have the ultimate crossover. We have Kevin Owens, who went as John Cena for Halloween, or for some sort of Halloween thing, some sort of like dress up thing. He went as John Cena. He even got like his coffee under the name John, and John Cena posted it. Kevin Owens is funny, man. Kevin Owens is a funny ass dude, bro. Shout out to Kevin Owens. You are a funny ass dude, bro. They have a lawsuit with Nick Nemath's brother. Oh my God, the lawsuit that ChatGPT wrote. Yeah. Nope. I did not say that. Nope. That was a joke. Parody. Joke. Joke. That was a joke. Calm down. But it could have been written better, in all honesty. Oops. Get in trouble here. No direction with Brock versus Cena is terrible booking. Yeah, I think I already read that one. What have I not read? Oh, I guess I read everything. But yeah, I am not getting I'm not catching no strays. I'm not catching no legal strays, man. I miss Kevin Owens in wrestling. So do I, man. So do I. God, he was so good. He is so good. Give me back Kevin Owens. Nope. Give me back Kevin Owens, please. Oh, man. What else we got, man? What else you guys want to talk about? If you guys want to have a question, leave it in the chat. If you guys have something you really want me to answer, feel free to leave a super chat. Or you guys can guarantee that your chats are read out on the air by becoming a member. If you become a member, I will read your chats out, fully guaranteed. 100p. No direction with RTW, no haircut, no beard trim. Look, the beard trim happened. It was just like, it grew back. I'm a very hairy man. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm a very hairy man. Omar, I was watching the movie To Wong Fu, and I saw John Lugazima in drag. Am I a friend and I laugh? Am I a friend and laugh? We said he looks like Seth Rollins. Wait, hold up. Who is this? John Lugazima. What? John Lugazima into Wong Fu. I don't think he looks like Seth Rollins. That doesn't seem like Seth Rollins to me. But amen. Omar, I'm waiting for your ROH downfall video. I still want ROH to succeed and a TV streaming deal ASAP. The longer TK hesitates to get a deal, the harder it is to get ROH off the ground. I agree. And by the way, you guys can get early access to that video early this week by becoming a member, and all the other wonderful perks that come with membership. Become a member. Shout out to all the members already out there. Shout out to AS. Shout out to shout out to Sam. Shout out to everyone who's already become a member. But yeah, no, I kind of go into this a little bit in the video. I think a huge part of the issue is there's no identity for ROH. And I think the longer the brand doesn't have an identity, the harder it's going to be for them to focus in on their core audience and get that TV deal. Greetings from Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Shout out to you, Jamie. Shout out to my friends over in Amsterdam. I'll actually be traveling to Amsterdam fairly soon, so I'm excited. I'm hyped. I'm doing another Euro trip. It's gonna be fun. I'm hyped. I've never been to Amsterdam. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not gonna be doing the things that many of you debaucherous rugrats believe that people do in Amsterdam, but I will take in the city. It's going to be a fun time. Can't wait for Amsterdam. I think Paul Heyman may turn on Seth Rollins coming soon. I don't trust him for nothing. I mean, they need to change something. The Seth Rider is really bad. Like, it's getting into the Death Rider territory of bad and just wasting really good talent. I think Seth Rollins is a great talent, but man, they're wasting him. They're wasting Braun. They're wasting Bronson. Like, I don't know what's going on there. No idea. Just like everyone's treading water. Everyone nothing matters, bro. Nothing matters. It's just like, ooh, I'm Roman Reigns. I'm gonna attack you in Raw. It's just like, I don't know. Yeah, Crown Jewel is so predictable. I mean, why not, man? Well, I'll give you, how many matches have they announced? All the matches for Crown Jewel yet? Yeah, they got 4 matches on there. That's pretty much all there's going to be. You have Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. Ain't no way they're having Cody. Cody's going to take the dub, and then he's going to go off and shoot the rest of his movie. We got Stephanie Vacour versus Tiffany Stratton. Stephanie better win, but I feel like in MAGA WWE, Tiffany has to win. Because they gotta send a statement. Because MAGA or whatever the fuck. Cena versus AJ. Cena has to win. For posterity reasons. I will be rooting for AJ, but Cena has to win. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. Ooh, I mean, they can't have Rhea lose in Australia. They cannot have Rhea lose in Australia, but I think the Kabuki Warriors getting a win would be crazy though. It'd be crazy. If you're going to Amsterdam, you should check out PWH Pro Wrestling in Holland. He said PWH Wrestling. I have added it to my notes, and I'll see if they're gonna have a show while I'm over there. It would be really cool if they were. Or if they are. I'll check that out though. PWH. Thank you for the recommendation. Always love supporting local indies, local pro wrestling indies, man. Especially internationally. I saw when I was in Denmark earlier this year. I didn't go to the show, but because I was only going to be there for a little bit. But I saw a bunch of posters around for a big pro wrestling show that happened in Copenhagen. And it was just really cool. It was really cool. It's like pro wrestling is everywhere, man. Pro wrestling is everywhere. And that's it's such an amazing thing. Such an amazing thing to see. I'd rather see Kevin Owens as John Cena's final opponent than Gunther, in my opinion. I mean, that would be great. I just don't think it's going to be. I mean, Kevin is just injured, unfortunately. We all know Omer's about to go to the Red District in Amsterdam. Look, I'm not about that life. I am an in bed by 10 type dude. It's just not the life. It's not my journey. Not that I impose on other people's right to go on that journey. It's just not my journey. Wrong. Seth will go over. Stephanie will win. Cena winning, and Rhea and Io will win. I agree with half of that. I mean, look, Stephanie should win. I think objectively, Stephanie should win. We will see how WWE decides to book that. I was surprised and shocked the ratings for both WWE and AEW are so bad right now, but everybody is so focused on AEW. Yeah, so, I mean, that's because Nielsen kind of changed the way that they did or they track these like ratings metrics, and the adjustment has led to a significantly a significant decline in the overall ratings for pro wrestling. And that's like something I'll probably get into in tomorrow's stream, in the Monday stream. But I think there's definitely some interesting things to talk about here. The biggest point that I'd make is like, one of the reasons why the Netflix deal was so big in tracking wrestling ratings is like the Netflix number that we get is probably the closest to an actual like rating. Not to say that like Nielsen doesn't do good work, but the reality is the Nielsen rating is an estimate based off of a pretty large sample size, but like, it's like they don't have Nielsen boxes in like 100 million homes, right? But it essentially like takes the like however many people are being who have that like Nielsen box and extrapolating that data, putting it into a function and determining like an estimate, like a really good estimate of how many people are probably watching. And the main reason it's important is because that's what advertisers use or these companies use to sell to advertisers. Wrestling is hot all over the United States. It's sincerely the best show. It can be done in stadiums and dive bars. Yeah, man. From arenas, stadiums, dive bars, pro wrestling is dope. I will say I am getting to the point where I'm getting over stadium shows. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting over stadium shows. Real take. Omer has been shilling way too much. I have been shilling way too much. There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. I'm trying to I'm trying to get these numbers up. These are rookie numbers. Come on, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game. At least look, it could be worse. At least I don't have like Riyadh season and dude wipes plastered over. Could you imagine? Like I just like start putting, yeah, it'd be wild. Actually, I start like putting logos like all around here. It's like yeah, we're gonna put dude wipes up here, Riyadh season over here. Like right here next to my head, we'll have like the we'll have Slim Jim, and then no, sorry, I'll have Slim Jim on the microphone. We'll replace the Palestine watermelon stickers with Slim Jim. No, I'm just playing. Shout out to everyone in Palestine. Free Palestine. The Netflix deal with WWE is not going to last. Netflix is known for canceling shows. Example, Daredevil. They can't cancel. They're not gonna. They're too locked in. There's too much money invested in it for them to cancel. Like in 5 years, they're probably gonna. They could opt out of the deal. It just does not make sense for them to cancel that. Favorite movie of all time? Titanic. That's my favorite movie of all time. Other than that, I love I love The Imitation Game. I love Usual Suspects. But Titanic is like, in my view, the perfect movie. It's got everything: comedy, action, romance, drama. It like just epic feel. Lawrence of Arabia is also a very good movie. The Encampments is probably the best movie I've seen all year. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. The Encampments. But yeah. What about y'all? Drop your favorite movie in the chat. Drop your favorite movie in the chat, so I can like either agree or just shit on it. Man. What a time to be alive. It's emotional, fam. It's emotional. What else we got to talk about? What else is going on? Got Kevin Owens dressed up as John Cena. I don't know what made WWE think ESPN was going to play favorites, especially when they're known for giving the NBA and NFL bad reviews. I mean, like, they're still definitely getting a boost from ESPN, just like having a presence on those social platforms and things and the coverage, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I think WWE is just not used to that from a partner. They're just not used to it, and a place that still has some journalistic integrity like ESPN, they better get used to it. No offense, Dragon Man, but genuinely, if you want me to talk about that person, you gotta leave a super chat. like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. With that specific, I don't want to. I'm not. You gotta leave a super chat if you want me to answer any questions about that specific person. Sorry, that's just my hard and fast rule about that right now. No, but you can feel free to leave another chat. Netflix will cancel before 5 years. They might find a loophole because they currently are losing a lot of money. Maybe, but I don't see that happening. There's always be Friday movies for me. The Friday movies for me. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. No, like I mean, Friday was such a good movie. Like the second one was decent. The third one was shit. Like the damn Christmas or not? Was it a Christmas movie? It was a Christmas movie. Yeah, that was shit. That was shit. Wall Street. That was a very good movie. That was a very good movie. Batman Begins and The Lion King. That's a good shout. Batman Begins is a very good shout, but The Lion King, that is a timeless movie. A very timeless movie. Interstellar, one of my favorite memes from that movie. It's like, no, Mark, no. My boy in the bookcase. Like that's me, bro. That's me. That's me like buying tickets. That's me looking back at myself buying tickets to WrestleMania last year. Like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Rush Hour is oh man, I got a very special place in my heart for the Rush Hour movies. Juntao. I love Rush Hour, bro. I love Rush Hour. He's like, here, clean up. You dead. Like, I love the Rush Hour movies, man. Oh, but Rush Hour 2 is my favorite Rush Hour movie. I thought Rush Hour 2 of the three was the best one. Was the best one. Rush Hour 1 was also great. I'm not a huge fan of Rush Hour 3. Mostly because you could tell like they made a director change and the movie it's got a weird gleam to it, a very weird bleach effect. And it just didn't feel like a Rush Hour movie. Goodfellas is a really good one. Although my favorite Martin Scorsese movie is Casino. I thought, Casino is such a great film. People forget about the classics, damn it. But what about how about this? I'm gonna put this. What's your favorite WWE Studios movie? That's the real question. That's the question. What is your favorite WWE Studios movie? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys, bad boys. This is why you should not wait too long to make sequels to movies, because when you do that, you lose the nostalgia of it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's why everyone's older, man. Like look, I watched Axel F, which is the long term sequel to the Beverly Hills Cops franchise, but it was it was fine, it was okay, it was a good time. I'm glad I watched it, but it wasn't special. Raging Bull was the best Martin Scorsese movie. Raging Bull, I would put it third because I think Casino's the best. Then I would put Wolf of Wall Street, and then I would put Raging Bull. Look, and that's a hot take right there. Goodfellas is not in my top 5 of Martin Scorsese movies, and I know people are gonna scorch me for that take. I know people are gonna scorch me for that take, but that is not a top 5 Martin Scorsese movie. Which more so speaks to like how great Martin Scorsese is. Because he's just made an insane amount of he just he just does an insane amount of movies. Jamie with a question: if you must be honest, do you watch AEW more or WWE more? I still watch WWE more because there's more to watch in WWE. By the way, I have started watching Raw and SmackDown again. For the past month, it was AEW. I will say, for the past month, it was AEW for sure, clear, because I wasn't watching Raw and SmackDown. But I definitely consume more WWE than AEW. The reason for that is because the reason for that is because there's just more WWE content out there. Like, you have 3 shows compared to like 2. But I would say it's more WWE, just based off of time. Tombstone is my favorite doc. Holiday is a beast. R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Is Val Kilmer dead? Oh, he did. He did die, didn't he? Oh shit! I forgot Val Kilmer died. Oh wow, that's crazy. I have not been watching Raw or SmackDown. Just clips if it's online. Yeah, I mean, I just oof, man. SmackDown is still like a horrible. Like I think I might actually take SmackDown. I think I'm gonna take SmackDown out of the rotation again. Like it was so bad this week. I don't understand who that show is being written for. I fundamentally do not understand it. Anyway, all right, guys. Last couple of chats. We'll give it another few minutes, and then I gotta head out. WWE's like the NBA, load management, stars not competing often in the ring, going to a live event is insanely expensive, and insane amount of advertisement. Yeah, I mean, I would say the only upside is like you're guaranteed NBA stars are actually gonna play like, at least minimum like 60 games, barring an actual injury. WWE, they're just gonna come out Aura Farm for a few minutes and leave. Home Alone, Boys in the Hood. Home Alone is a good one. Home Alone is a good one. Shout out to Boys in the Hood. Lawrence Fishburne. SmackDown last year was the show to watch from WWE. In 2024, for like the first half of the year, probably. Yeah. I'm more of an AEW guy, but Aleister Black versus Sammy match was fucking awesome. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have that. I thought it was okay, but didn't get into that next gear. Superbad is the funniest and most relatable movie. Superbad is a funny movie. It's like I'm talking about like historically funny. And then that came out the right time for me too. It was like, I was like a very I was a very like I think I was in like middle school or something when that movie came out. The Dark Knight trilogy is the best comic book movie of all time. Christian Bale is my favorite Batman. It was a great comic book movie. And this is definitely a hot take. My favorite, or I think the best Batman depiction on screen has been not animated, obviously. The best live action Batman is Robert Pattinson. I like Batman. The Batman from 2022 is just, it's a next level great movie. Russell Dream is at 8 p.m. on 10/18. I assumed it would be because the early start, because three of AEW's pay-per-views were successful in the afternoon. TK shouldn't have done a 5-hour show, or shouldn't have a 5-hour show at 8 p.m. I'm barely reading at this point. It's too long, and he knows this. Yeah, I mean, they need to look, if they're planning on having that be like a 5-hour show, they should put on that show at like 8 or 6 p.m. or something. Even then, that's too much, man. That's too much. Will USA Network take SmackDown off the air next year if they don't start getting better? No, they are. That is still like, I think. Outside of like hockey, that is the most watched thing on the network. They are not taking SmackDown off the network. That's the thing. Like say what you want about the ratings and them falling. It is still the most watched thing on WWE outside of like the Olympics or anything like that. Like, it is the most watched thing consistently on the network. So they're not going to get rid of that. Like, what else USA got, bro? Reruns of Suits? Come on, man. Hot take, pay-per-view should only be 7 to 8 matches. I agree with that. I think the sweet spot is like, 7, I would say like 9 max, right? 9, like a WrestleMania major card, whatever, 9, right? That is your max. But 14 is overkill. Like, I agree. 14 is overkill. Like, I do appreciate it more. Like, if you have to ask me, would I rather have like a 14 match card or a 5 match card? I mean, give me 14 because, like, look, I'll go take a break. I don't need to see. Shout out to Gates of Agony. I don't need to see Gates of Agony versus MXM. Even though, actually, I would probably make sure I watch that match. But what I'm saying. Yeah. We got Hulk Hogan, Mr. Nanny. That is the best Hulk Hogan movie. That is objectively the best Hulk Hogan. I mean, the Rocky 3 notwithstanding, but that's the best Hulk Hogan movie. Yes, and Law and Order reruns. Yeah. SVU. Like, that's all USA Network is. It's WWE, SVU reruns, and then Suits reruns. Triple fraud, 5 matches, not worth $30. Yeah. Man. All right, man. Well, guys, I'm going to head on out. I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time. Up on the channel right now for your enjoyment as I depart on this wonderful Sunday. Up on the channel right now for your enjoyment are several fantastic videos. As you can see here, we got the Saudi takeover of WWE is complete. That's where I give my bold predictions for Mania, and I go into the Saudi and WWE partnership. It's time for AEW to fight back. Many of you have already seen that, but go check that out. And you guys can become channel members today and get access to exclusive content early and often. The Downfall of Ring of Honor is coming out. I also have up for I have this. This was me crying because Jurassic Express came back. But I also got this exclusive video. It's only for channel members. How WWE should book Brock versus Braun. So go check that out as well. YouTube.com/WrestleVibes for all the docu-style content. Dope videos over there. Go check that out. Shill. Yes. Subscribe. Like. UK start times for live wrestling is 1 a.m. It's tough to make AEW an AEW pay. Yeah, man. I feel like that's why, like, it must have been so nice the past couple of ones starting at 3 p.m. Like, they should look into doing that, man. There's nothing wrong with doing 3 p.m. pay-per-views, in my view. Give me MXX Gates of Agony any 3-day event. Yeah, let's do it, man. Shout out to Zito. Yeah, that was a horrible example, man. I should have said like I should have said like, freaking. I mean, I don't know. I'm a mark for a lot of people in AEW and WWE. I'm a mark for a lot of the jobbers. I love jobbers in wrestling. Like if Dalton Castle has a match, I'm gonna be butt glued to seat. My little chickies, eat. I love Dalton Castle. Shout out to Dalton Castle for the main event 2025 Confined. Let's do it, baby. All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, NBs everywhere. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I appreciate you guys for supporting me, and shout out to the members. Shout out to everyone who joined in the chat. Shout out to Wall Street Money. Shout out to Zito. Shout out to Gerard, Frank. Every single one of you, Jamie from Amsterdam, Shay, y'all, Dragon Man, y'all make this what it is. And I love you. I appreciate you. I see you. I hear you. And I wish you the best in your Sunday. Until next time, I'm Big Ohm, Omer Q. Until next time, keep it real.